What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If you're new to our channel or if you've been checking out our content, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as smash the like button. It helps our content reach a wider audience and we greatly appreciate the support. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about another way that you could turn your credit into cash flow. Now, we talked about several examples. We went over Turo, where you could take a car, put it on Turo, and earn a daily return. You could also do the same thing with Airbnb, where you use your credit to obtain a property, put it on Airbnb, and earn cash flow from that with no money out of pocket. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about a different way that you can use your credit and turn it into cash flow. And this is through equipment, specifically equipment financing. So when I'm talking equipment, I'm talking about anything that will allow you to be able to produce a product or service. So this could be 3D printers, this could be a food trailer, a food truck, power tools, ice cream machine, donut machine, whatever the case may be, anything that's going to enable you to provide a product or service, you can get through equipment financing. Now, one great thing about equipment financing is that it's a secure type of lending where the actual equipment is collateral for the loan. And the reason why this is pretty unique is that equipment financing, the criteria in terms of underwriting is going to be a little bit less stringent because the equipment itself is collateral. So in today's video, we're going to be going over a lender that can get you access to equipment financing, whether you want to finance a food truck, whether you want to finance a vehicle, whether you want working capital. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing Archer Capital. Now, Archer Capital is based out of Colorado, but they lend throughout the nation, so there's no geographic restrictions. They have connections in all 50 states. So the way their process works, you go online, you fill out a contact form. They'll get back to you usually within the next business day, and sometimes they may soft pull you on Experian to see what types of offers that you actually are qualified for. If you do decide to go with one of their lenders, then there may be a hard pull. Some cases, there may be additional documentation that you have to provide, such as bank statements. Let's jump over to their website and I'll walk you through their different financing programs.
All right, so I wanted to give you guys some examples of different equipment, machinery that you can use equipment finance with. So right here, we're on Custom Trailer Pros. They have different custom food trucks and trailers. Now, am I telling you to drop everything that you're doing and go start up a food truck business? Absolutely not. But I'm just showing you some ways where you can use financing for equipment, and that equipment will facilitate you to be able to generate cash flow. So this is just an example of a trailer. Now, this is a pretty nice trailer, brand new. Everything you would basically need in order to have a food truck. Now, I think this particular trailer is about $71,000, but you could actually get that financed. So I actually wanted to go over the financing. Custom Trailer Pros works with Archer Capital, which we'll go over in just a second, but they'll be able to finance you for the equipment, where the equipment is the collateral and the requirements are going to be a little bit looser. The monthly payment on this, I think, is somewhere around like $1,400 or so. Let's see what it is. I think it's like 1,400. Yeah, 1,441. So when you think about it, okay, if you had a food truck, could you be able to produce enough income and cover all your expenses to be able to service the debt? This is another way where you can leverage your credit in order to create a cash flow. Now, and again, this is just for informational purposes only. We're not telling you to go do this, but I just wanted to share this with you. Other examples of equipment and machinery can be cooking equipment, food prep, ovens, and things like that. If you wanted to start up a bakery, what have you. Now, this goes way beyond just food service. If you want to start a cleaning business, you need power tools, you need, pressure washers and vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. You can use equipment financing for that as well. So let's go hop over to Archer Capital. So Archer Capital is based out of Colorado. Now, basically how their business model works, they have their own set of different equipment lenders. And what you would basically do if you want to apply, you submit a form and then someone will reach out to you. You put in all your company information, business address, time in business, your federal EIN. Let's say you already have a particular vendor that you want to work with. You could submit that information and then you just put in your contact information. Now, when they are evaluating your credit profile, it's just a soft pull on Experian. Now, depending on what your credit profile looks like, as well as the time in business for your particular business and industry, they'll match you with their lenders. And then if you do decide to go with one of their lenders, then it may be a hard pull in addition to additional documentation documentation, whether that bank statements, tax returns, so on and so forth. For the most part, you should be able to just get it based off of your personal credit, and this will stay off of your personal credit so long as you don't default, and it will report to your business credit. Most of their lenders do report to Dun and Bradstreet, so this is another great way to build business credit. But I just want to kind of reiterate that they're not a direct lender. They'll work with lenders to help you acquire equipment financing. So once you do submit the form, someone will reach back out to you and go over the options with you. But just make sure that your Experian credit report is not frozen. Otherwise, they may not be able to pre-qualify you for equipment financing. Now, some of the benefits when it comes to equipment financing is, of course, improved cash flow. If you don't have to tie up money, then you can have cash flow for other business operations. There's tax advantages. So leases are recognized by the IRS as a tax deductible expense. Our leases won't negatively affect your personal credit or your debt to income. So that's something you can consider. Equipment financing is fast, it's flexible, and it's also low cost. All right, so some of the most commonly asked questions: how much can you qualify in equipment financing? So right here it says if you're under 2 years in business, $100,000 is typically the maximum without showing financials. Once you're over 2 years in business, you are only limited by the strength of your credit. Another frequently asked question is, can you approve people who have some credit issues? Yes, you could speak with them and they can discuss options with you. Aside from the equipment financing, Archer Capital also offers working capital for business from $2,500 all the way up to $1 million. Financing options for all types of credit. So you could definitely check this out as well.
All right, so let's recap really quickly. So Archer Capital, based out of Colorado, is able to obtain equipment financing for businesses throughout the country. They also offer working capital from $2,500 all the way up to $1 million. Now, to be considered for equipment financing, they do have a pre-qualification where you put in your business information on the equipment that you want to obtain, and then someone from their company will reach back out to you within a couple business days and give you some options. Now, they will be soft pulling your Experian personal credit. So if your business is less than 2 years, then the maximum that you're going to be able to qualify for equipment financing is $100,000. If you're over 2 years, then you could qualify for higher amounts, but it's going to be predicated on your personal credit as well as your business financials. Now, equipment financing is great because it allows you to obtain equipment, and it doesn't matter where the equipment is. They can work with any distributor throughout the country. Now, one of the great things about equipment financing is that you can get the equipment to be able to produce a product or provide a service, and the underwriting is going to be a little less stringent because the collateral is actually the equipment. So it's a secure type of lending. So it's going to be easier to obtain than unsecured types of lines of credit and things like that. So I do think equipment financing is great, especially if you have a plan to execute so that you could generate cash flow and you can leverage your credit to do so. That's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Let me know your comments and questions right down below. And if anyone's interested, I'll post a link in the description. Until next time, y'all take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.